All right, welcome back. We're here with another episode of Riven. Um, and this is something that I was a little bit concerned about. I am still trying to push through these. We had a holiday weekend last weekend. It is the middle of July, so getting some of this stuff pushed out has been a little bit challenging. But one thing I did notice was I got a little bit of traction on the first episode, so it's super great. I was super excited, and then it all just fell off. Because I spent a whole episode sitting there reading Adris's journal, I guess, but also the hype around the Riven re-release died down, I suppose. It's a very niche community that actually enjoys these games. I can't say I'm particularly surprised by that, but anyway, right where we left off, here in the schoolhouse, let us continue. I said we were going to complete Jungle Island, but I think actually for now we are done. We've learned just about everything we can here, so I think it's about time we head back up to the logging area and figure out where that logging track goes. We still haven't been over there yet. This weird structure over here that we still don't exactly know what it is. So maybe we'll go check that out before we head back to the logging cart. I'm afraid we're not going to be able to do anything over there. But we'll head back that way anyway and check out and see what we can see. So our track selector is to the left. That would be the slidey bar. And we want it to be to the left. Don't you just love my scientific naming of things? That's the slidey bar and the rolly ball. I'm sure there are probably some lore geeks out there who will be absolutely pulling their hair out at me, but as long as I'm descriptive enough that you understand what I'm talking about, I think that's probably good enough. Like I say, this is supposed to be from the perspective of someone who has no idea what in the hell is going on here. So if we come out here, I don't know what that was. Yeah, it's just this weird platform with a hole in the middle of it. We can pull this. Let's see what happens. Going down like a trapeze thing. Interesting. I'm not sure. Yeah, if I can reach it from here. I cannot. But we know if we can somehow close this hole in the middle, we can probably get out to that thing. So, that's interesting. Okay, well, something to investigate later, I suppose. We should be facing the right way. We are on the exact opposite side of the track from where we need to be. We're just gonna ride it on around to where we initially started. Or actually, I think I'll go right at this split right here, and then that'll give us a little bit of a shortcut back to the deforested area of the jungle. Yeah, let's do that. Alright. So here we are back on the dock. Right? And we see the telescopic camera and all that stuff. So we've been here before. Right, so we just stroll back through this way, and we should find ourselves back at the deforested area. I still like this hallway. I'm telling you, it's one of the coolest little places to be in the whole game, if you ask me. One of them. There's a lot of cool places to be, but that's definitely one of them. Alright, so back this way, back on this way, and into the cart. Let me think for a second. Is there anything here that I'm forgetting? There's definitely some stuff we haven't seen, but I'm not sure how to get to it yet, right? So, okay, let's recap. Because again, when this was on 5 CDs, it was always like a tribulation to try and change your disc. But if we look up here, there are these catwalks, and I'm still not sure how to get there. Seems to be a doorway into one of the trees right here, which, yeah, I think it's this tree. But I don't know what to do with this guy yet. So, other than just be intimidated. Okay, let's head on back. Don't forget about the rolly ball. Or the rolly dome. The spinny dome, that's what it is. The spinny dome and the rolly balls and the slidey wheel. Oh, man. Okay. We already saw the beetle fly across. We'll head back up this way. And yeah, I think the logical thing to do from this point is to jump into this logging cart. Just see where it takes us. So here we go. Whoa, Nelly. I don't know if people were supposed to ride in this or not. These rings seem to be emitting heat. Oh, whoa. Somehow that makes a tunnel in the middle of what I assume to be the ocean. Whee! Oh, we're coming up for air. Ah, here we are. Okay, so there's this prominent building off to the left and another tram station over there. That building is adorned with gold, so that must be something important. And we're going into a cavern here. There's a catwalk there. I guess I can get out. Let me out. Ah! Oh my god! What the hell? I say, I'm not sure people are supposed to ride in that cart. What did I land in? Well, that doesn't seem to do anything. That seemed to be... we can't look down. Darn. Alright, so there's this building over here. There's a door up there in the cliff. And... you can see a valve and a bunch of pipes out here. Oh. That's sawdust. This is an exhaust port, and it's spitting out sawdust. So that's it. Yeah, they would dump the logs in there. And then I imagine this device that I landed in is a wood chipper. Wonderful. Good thing it wasn't on. Looks like this is on. You can see fire underneath of this thing. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. pipe going that way, pipe going this way, pipe going this way, and then this might be an income, like a, what do we call this? An input pipe, right? Some kind. There's a walkway up there. All right. What happens if I turn this? Let's do it one more time. And then that pipe goes right up to the wood chipper. So, if my summation is correct, then now it should work. Right? Oh, yeah, that's definitely a wood chipper. Like I say, good thing it wasn't turned on. Alright. So, what about this? Can we get in here? Temperature gauge, maybe? Red. Ah, here's a valve. Ah, we can look in there, we can see it's full of water, and the water's boiling. This is a giant boiler. I see. So let's see here. Now this appears to be like a drainage seal of some kind here. What happens if we lift this? The water stopped boiling. Interesting. If we look up, we can see the fires coming out up here. We diverted the fire from underneath of this boiler into an exhaust port. What these do? One goes to the left, one goes to the right, and down. Down, over, up, to here. Okay. It's currently pointed to the left, so if I do this... Yeah. Nothing happens. Okay. What if... do that? And then we do it. Nothing still... No, still nothing happened. Oh, what in the hell? Okay, so... this pipe goes up and around to what appears to be some kind of pump. That would be my guess. So this... doesn't do anything. Why doesn't that do anything? Well, now, I am genuinely confused. It's not letting any water out. And this still isn't doing anything. We might be missing something. But we got the fire out from underneath the building. So that's... I guess that's good. Over here and look at this temperature gauge. Aha! The temperature gauge is down. And the door opens. What do you know? Okay. Let me in there. Ah. Definitely filled with water. Okay. If we look, there's a pipe here leading up to the mechanism up there, and we can more clearly see the pump and the exhaust port. So maybe that's why it's not doing anything, is because it doesn't have any... it sounds like steam, right? It doesn't seem like it's coming from this pool. This pool would be like ambient temperature, right? So it's got to be coming from this input pipe, which I could assume is coming from the Golden Dome. But is the Golden Dome actually producing any power? Any steam? I'm not sure. Didn't seem like it was. Now there's a light. Oh! Okay, so what do I flip this? Ah, now the light changes. Okay. Okay. Turn the light that way. Then if I do this, what happens? Aha! The pump activated. And now it's pumping the water out of the chamber. This is some kind of vacuum seal that determines whether or not the pump fills up the chamber or empties it. That's what this thing is. Should fill it up, I think. Yes. So that's interesting. And it sort of harkens back to that very first room we encountered. Remember, there was a minister of paper. There was one of Gin's top advisors that was in charge of creating paper. And they showed not only the giant tree shredder that would spit out the wood chips, but also a giant boiler, which is what this is. So presumably what they would do is they'd dump wood into the wood chipper, chop it up into giant piles, and then shovel the piles into the empty boiler chamber. Then they'd fill it up and boil it for, a set amount of time or whatever. And when they were done, they would presumably drain it and strain it and pick it up off the ground so that it's easier to collect. So I think that's what all this stuff does. This is just a big boiler for making paper. Lots and lots and lots of paper. Yeah, you can see there's a very fine grate pattern in here. And there's our window showing us the water level outside. And there's a tunnel here. Which I'm not sure what that's for. Let's explore a little bit more real quick before we head down that way. Notice the pentagon and the dunny number 5 on the back of the door inside of a circle. Which again is sort of Gin's brand for this age. Okay. So, what else can we see on the island? There's this giant pipe here. Almost looks like a person could fit inside of it, huh? There's also these pipes here for the pump. Oh, I see. So the water is being pumped in and out of the lagoon here. That's where the water's coming from. I guess they needed fresh water. Otherwise they would have taken it from the sea, right? Okay. Then what is this for? I am not even sure. But it's a really big tube. So these are input pipe and a catwalk up there that we noticed before, and a ladder that apparently leads up to this door up here, but we can't get up there. No. Okay. This pipe goes roughly in the same direction. So, let's go back into the boiler and see where that ladder goes. It goes into a pipe. Go figure. And it's darker than Christmas in here. Am I going the right way? I think I am. I think so. Yes. We're climbing a ladder out to the top. And this goes out to the cliffside. Where we look on the open ocean. So this is some sort of exhaust pipe or waste pipe. Oh, great. Now I can't get back up there. Oh, crap. Hey, look at that. A pathway. And another island. Very interesting face on that cliffside. It almost looks artificial. Yeah, it looks like something's sticking out of the top of it, too. And now we can see this ornate building kind of hidden on the cliffside over there. We saw that on our way in. And here's another big pipe. Who knows where that one goes? Aha! We found our way up here. Now we can go ahead and open this for convenience sake. Not sure if we're actually going to need it, but just in case. And we can open these doors. Alright. Giggity. What is this? The vent up there, the spinny fan. Oh. It's some kind of trap. Looks like the bait's right here. So I'm assuming this would deploy it, presumably down. Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess maybe we do need that ladder. I do remember there's one last setting on this this power distribution node switchy thing that seems to lead up here. And then we go up there. There's our input. But then we also have this one. That goes to something. It must be this. It must be this trap thing. Gotta be, right? Okay. So let's turn this that way. Now we can use the ladder to get back up here. And let's see if I can make this thing work. Now, obviously the fan is not depending on the power we just sent up here, but that is. Now I guess, do we wait? I think so. I wonder how long this is supposed to take. I will say this, I am trying to move through this a little bit quicker than before. Partially because of my personal schedule today, but also the waning interest, which is okay. I knew it was going to be a niche audience. I recently tried playing Uru Ages of Myst in the Complete Chronicles and Uru Myst Online. There's not a lot. Whoa! What was that? That was it. That was it. What was I gonna say? There's not a lot of people still play that game. A few do. but not a lot. But it's ancient. You know, it's a 10-year-old MMO. Those things for those archaeology channels to look at, I guess. Dead MMOs. Aha! What do you know? I told you they done had weird looking frogs around here. So that absolutely confirms it. The chirp that we heard from the first ball is in fact a frog. And the silhouette of the cave opening we saw was definitely that animal. Whether we're supposed to call it a frog or not, I'm not sure, but it certainly looked like a frog to me. Yeah. Oh, I can get closer to this. I can't seem to get past the fan. Well, now I'm kind of at a loss. I can't go that way. There's this walkway here. How do I get there? Oh, look at that. Hidden passageways. Well, this probably goes out to here, right? Maybe we can get to that ornate building. Nah, no such luck. At least we know how to get to it. Another big ventilation pipe. And this weird cable. Seems strung along the edge of the walkway here. And goes to this switch. I don't know, it sounds like it's doing something. It's got a pipe coming in from somewhere. How do I turn it off? Turn it back on? Turn it off. Okay. I don't know, we just turned something off. There's a staircase on the other side over here. Let's see what that is. Oh, ho, ho, ho! Look at that. Another spinny dome. And there's several symbols on it. But there's this one in particular. It's yellow. I wonder what that is. This is really the first time we've actually got a close-up look at one of these spinny domes. There seems to be another symbology system here that we're going to have to interpret somehow. So this is another set of information that is going to become imperative to understand for the end game. So we're going to make another section in our notes for the spinny domes. Right next to Hangman, I think. Pretty sure this is all we're going to need. Pretty sure. One thing we've noticed about these so far is that there seems to be one on every island. There was one on Jungle Island, in the jungle, right at the split in the alcove. Split in the pathway under the alcove. We saw it overhead. There was one on Temple Island that was up on a catwalk that we couldn't access. And there's one here. So, what we need to know is the island. And then, while we haven't directly observed the symbols on the side of the other domes, it is reasonable to assume that they all have a particular yellow symbol. Now, is it all the same yellow symbol? Or are they different yellow symbols? We don't know that. What do the symbols mean? We don't know that. So, these are questions to be answered. But, we have an island, and we have a symbol. And I think that should be good enough. At least for now. So I can't really tell what that symbol is, so I'm not even going to try to write that down. We walk around here. There's going to be a pathway over to this side. Oh, and look, a pipe. Coming in from elsewhere. How curious. Can we go the other way? We cannot. But then there's this hole in the wall over here. Ah. Must be something in there. Secret little alcove, maybe? I've already hidden stuff behind doors once on this island, maybe. Aha. And that's one of those silly things that you're likely to overlook the first time you encounter it. Hope saves us some time. So, we have some weird looking spinny thing, the belt, an eyepiece? That's an eyepiece. And there's a button on top of it. Now we can see what the symbols are. Kind of. Almost looks like a cat's eye that closes, and then a human eye that opens, and then I don't know what you call it, a vertical eye. It closes after that. Varying degrees of being open. And this one is a circle with a solid line vertically up and down. What am I going to call this island? I'm going to call this island Boiler Island. That is the most prominent thing that we've encountered so far on this island. That symbol, that's yellow. A circle, a vertical line through it. That's going to happen when I alt tab off. Okay, let's take a look. There you go. Just add another table next to the hangman table that just says island and symbol. And that's our symbol. Clean it up a little. And I will say, this part of the remake and the way that they changed it up a little bit, I think it helps a lot, because that glimpse of that symbol is really the best look you get at it. But if you don't know to actually make a note of it, then it's real easy for it to pass you by. Thankfully, though, if you leave the island and you come back, I think the dome on that island resets, so you have an opportunity to do this again and verify what this symbol is. But I know better. We're taking notes. If we push the button right when that symbol comes up, I think that might have been a little early. There it goes. You gotta get it right on the money. It stops. And it shows you the symbol clearly. And it spins open. What just happened? Can I look out the portal? No, I can't see anything now. Okay, hold on. Oh, it's like a little mini golden dome. Cool. Oh, what in the world? What is this? There's a book in there. Some kind of sequential combination code. I guess that wasn't right. So what does it go up to? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers. Then we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 as a possibility for what these 5 numbers might be. Curious. All right. So we have a combination code and a book and a miniature version of the Golden Dome, complete with the slit in the middle and all. So I wonder, is that what's in the middle of the big Golden Dome? Another little dome with a book inside? Is it a really big book? We don't know. Okay. Let's head back up this way. Very slick, hiding the pathways behind the door. Let's continue on through here. We've seen the frog trap already. Let's continue through here. See what we can see at the other end of this walkway. I didn't walk all the way to the end before. Aha! The bridge. Back to Temple Island. I see. How curious. Well, okay, I'm not ready to do that yet. Because again, that would require trading discs, so we're not doing that. So, okay, then the only other thing, right, is this wire. Hold on, there's the thing. That the wire passes through whatever this is, and then there's a water source, and then it continues on and goes into over the mountainside there. So maybe the only other thing that was down here was the fan. Maybe that was the fan. Maybe it's like a little hydroelectric generator that we just turned off. Or whatever, a steam electric generator, or, geothermal. But now, can I squeeze in here? I sure can. Alright. Where does it go? Nobody knows. Seems to be somebody's desk. And thankfully this fan is off as well. I guess the two are connected. So that must be what it is. One cable comes to this fan, one cable goes to the other fan, and then that's just a little thermoelectric generator that, gives them the power to spin. Wow. Lucky that wasn't too difficult to open. What have we here? Right. Okay. This is where we were before. The front door of the ornate building. But now we've unlocked the door. We can walk through the door. Excellent. So what is this? Seems to be, yeah, kind of furnace. For burning books, apparently. Look here. It's like a paper cutter thing. He's examining the cracks in the rings in the logs to measure the age of the tree. And these must be blank templates. Some sort of resin or ink, maybe? This press. So in the official Primus strategy guide for this game when it came out in '98, they actually called this Book Assembly Island. Because that's apparently what was happening. Right? None of this stuff is really explicitly named for you. But, even before you know who this space belongs to, it becomes apparent that what they're doing here is assembling books. This. What does this do? You can see water in the bottom starting to rise up. It's not boiling. It all just left the bottom and came to the top. And then when the burner goes off, it all leaves the top and goes to the bottom. Very strange things happening with water here. It seems to have an aversion to heat. Quite curious. More inks and frogs and... Well, perhaps these aren't inks. Maybe that's some sort of toxin that's being extracted from the frogs. And there's the frog trap again. The spring disconnected, I suppose. What are these? Be some sort of projectile. No. Syringe? I don't know. It's kind of a strange looking Erlenmeyer flask. And a bunch of eggs. Seems. None of the other drawers open. You have these strange looking crystals, these marbles up here. We're not real sure about. But, we'll warn you guys. That's a strange looking device. This looks like a hoe on the end of it. Like a... Oh, I forget what you call that thing. Like a gardener's tool for planting individual plants. But it's connected to this long stick. And there's some sort of plunger here. And a tank of some kind. I wonder what that's for. Inkwell and pen? Yeah? All I really wish this thing was kind of, interactable. This is... By all appearances, it's some sort of global map of the starry expanse, but we can't spin it around or anything. Boo. I guess that's what he's been eating. What's this? Oh, look, it's another one of the rolly balls. Aha! That is number 1. That is the one rolly ball that we're missing. And it did not emit a sound. So under sound for this rolly ball, I'm going to say no sound. But we know that symbol is 1. So we have 2 of the other columns that we can fill out at least. Okay. 87,728. Last week, while monitoring the situation of the villagers from the scope in my survey room, I observed one of the natives swim out to a small object that appeared to be floating, but anchored, near the entrance to the bay. I ordered the object removed from the water for inspection. Several days later, however, I was surprised to see another floating there. The missing object had apparently, and quite mysteriously, been replaced with a new one overnight. I've long been aware of the existence of similar artifacts on the villagers' island, but have paid them little notice until now. Tomorrow I shall send surveyors to catalog the others. So that makes it explicit. The only place you find these is on the Villagers Island. And yeah, well, we don't have a sound for that one. But what's this? This appears to be a journal, perhaps? Yes, indeed. That's exactly what this is. Okay, so for now, I think that's where we're going to call it for this one. And I will break off and do an episode on Gin's journal. That will be next. Yeah, so we're sitting at 45 minutes. That's pretty good. A little longer than I wanted it to be, but we'll read Gin's journal, wrap up here, and then we'll move on to the next place. Thanks for hanging out. Be sure to hit like and subscribe and continue to follow the series. Like I say, I'm going to push through all of this, doing my best to cover as much of the relevant information as possible. To all of it, you know. So far, so good, I think. I haven't really missed anything glaring yet. And we probably spent a little bit longer on the dunny number system than we needed to. Maybe. We shall see. We shall see. Anyway, I'll catch you all in the next one. This journal actually has a very important piece of information in it, so do not skip reading it in your playthrough. You are going to need a code out of this journal in order to beat the game. I'll tell you that much. Anyway, thanks for hanging out, and I'll catch you all on the next one.